So I was just trying to find think of a new way to start off with this video. But I couldn't think of nothing. But I did see y'all in the comment section were saying that my office was very, very dusty. So I'm not gonna start the video until I dust everything off though. So yeah, don't know how this intro is gonna last though, but we're definitely gonna see. What's going on, Nova Squad? My name is Nova. Welcome back to the channel. We got a very interesting video today. This video is titled "I am a lesbian woman of color." I think this is a Ryan Webb clip that I've actually has seen throughout TikTok and then also through Twitter. So I just wanted to cover everything and see what this is all about. I don't know the actual full story behind it. So without further ado, let's get into it. Here we go.
Welcome back to Piers Morgan Uncensored. A county politician in Indiana, in the United States, is making headlines this week by, well, exploring his identity.
A councilman is coming out as transgender and a woman of color. Delaware County Councilman Ryan Webb announced that he now identifies as an Indian American woman. Since that announcement, he's received some support, but a lot of backlash. Many calling him childish, despicable, even calling for things like execution.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
always how the woke left responds, isn't it? You must execute him. Now, he issued a statement after the furore, Ryan Webb. He said, after much consideration, I've decided to come out and finally feel comfortable announcing my true, authentic self. This is Ryan Webb. He said, it is with great relief that I announce to everyone that I identify as a woman, not just any woman, but as a woman of colour as well. I guess this will make me gay lesbian as well, since I'm attracted to women. Whew, that felt good to finally get back out there and start living my life as my true self.
Okay, so it's funny because I've actually seen like a lot of videos recently how it's socially acceptable when someone else changes their gender, but then like they always say like, oh, changing your race is actually like, going too far. But in my defense, and then with my own beliefs, trying to change your gender or whatever, that's a bit too far to a certain extent. But again, like I've always said, like do what you want to do and such. But like thing is, though, it just like you can't pick and choose on what is acceptable because once you say like, oh, like you doing this is good, you doing this one is good, then that means everything you do is good. Even it could be like very, very extreme if it's like probably just like like you actually are trying to like off somebody or you just trying to like I like rob or steal whatever. I mean there's gonna be a lot of things that probably in the next 5 to 10 years is gonna be like, hey, like what you are doing is not all that bad. It's just like your idea or purpose of living. I don't know.
Statement has not been met with the empathy and gushing support normally extended by the woke community. Some have even demanded that he resign. They resign.
Feel that he has basically made a hate speech in this post on April 11th. And I feel that he should resign. And if he doesn't, I would look at county council to talk to legal and see what they can do about removing him because he
Wait, did hold on. What?
Yourself. Well, Ms. Webb's statement has not been met with the empathy and gushing support normally extended by the woke community. Some have even demanded that he resign. They resign.
feel that he has basically made a hate speech in this post on April 11th. And I feel that
Oh, then okay. So like they're saying that he basically made one by actually calling himself a Native American lesbian type deal. I don't. Well, hold on. Before I say this, I'm gonna
he should resign.
dive in and see what's.
And if he doesn't, I would look at county council to talk to legal and see what they can do about removing him because he has created some hate and discord and divide with the transgender population here in Muncie.
Be executed, he must be cancelled, he must be fired. It's the usual predictable response to what was obviously a joke, but it was a smart joke because actually what it did was expose the farce of limitless self-identity. I myself identified on International Women's Day as a black lesbian. Why shouldn't I be able to? If you can identify as anything you want. Esther's.
Oh, okay. I see what was doing. Oh, I thought I thought it was actually serious.
I said that, went around the world. Well, Ryan Webb joins me now, alongside Talk TV's Nicola Thorpe and Esther Cracker, as I just said. Well, Ryan, thank you for joining me. So I did chuckle because I had a similar thing myself, which you may or may not have heard about, when I did a similar stunt. But you were making the same point, I think, which is if we really want to have a world where anyone can identify as anything, well, why shouldn't you be able to identify as a woman of colour?
Well, Pierce, you're absolutely right, and I appreciate it. I want to thank you for bringing me on the show. And as a fellow lesbian woman of color, I feel we have a deep connection here. But you're right; they've laid the groundwork. They set it up where anybody can be anything that they want just by simply declaring it. And that's what we're doing here. And turns out that they don't really feel as strongly about that and believe it in their soul as they would make you believe, because I wasn't really as accepted in the beginning as you would think someone of my stature would be.
Yeah, and the reaction was unbelievably vicious. People calling for you to be executed. Of course, they wanted you fired. Of course, they wanted you cancelled. And all entirely predictable, because it's fine for them on the other side of this debate to identify as whatever they want. But the moment you dared to identify as what you decided you wanted to be for that day, all hell breaks loose. It's the double standard.
I do understand what he was trying to do, Webb was, because the gentleman on the left side, I've actually do follow him on YouTube on my other, my personal account. Okay, so like, if you guys don't know what, like, he has said, he actually called him like a black, he called him, like, he identified himself as a black lesbian two-spirit penguin or something like that. But then he was trying to make a point, is like, if anyone can identify themselves as, like, I don't know, like an animal or like a different gender type deal or whatever, like, then like he should also be able or allowed to actually call himself that. But like, then like I forget how the actual clip went down. Then he was saying that, do you have a gender dysphoria, or like, do you think that it's an issue, whatever? But then it's so funny how they actually said that, because it's some of y'all was like saying like, you can't do that because like you don't have a disorder, but like I thought you guys already had established that it's not a mental issue or anything in that sort of sense. But it's kind of funny how this Webb guy actually did the exact same thing, and then it's it's funny, man. It's very, very funny.
The political left, they always implode on their own ideology. I've made a statement that I'm just holding up the mirror to them, and they're doing all the damage themselves. I've just stepped back, and with their own words and their own actions, they're just dismantling their entire ideology that they've worked very hard to build up to this point. And in my opinion, they've turned the clock back 2-3 years. Just a few days ago, all you had to do, if you wanted to self-identify as anyone as you choose, is just declare it. And it was a universal truth that had to be accepted. But now the truth is clear that that's not the case. Now I'm being told you have to do hormone treatments. You have to start dressing the part. You have to wear the makeup. You have to change your identification. So they've turned the clock back on their own movement a few years. And it's disappointing to see them give up so quickly on something that they said they believe in so strongly.
You know what, Ron? I had to chuckle watching genuine news reports having to report this legitimately, because how else could they do it without obviously disrespecting you, without respecting your right to self-identity, which it just made me laugh. Ryan, I appreciate you joining me for Piers Morgan Uncensored. Thank you. What are you currently identifying as?
I'm currently, at the same time, I'm still identifying as a woman of color, and I
Okay, whatever. Okay. So the thing is, though, just like I say, though, for real, it is very confusing when like you got like a certain rule or certain standard or what it was socially acceptable when it came to the fact like, what you can call yourself or like what you can identify as yourself. But I mean, it is a lot of like rules, whatever, X, Y, and Z. But again, like, I came in thinking like, okay, here's another one who is calling himself a totally different thing, but like he just did that as a some sort of like a test or something like that. But it is very, very confusing for real, I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, if you guys really enjoyed my reaction today, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and share. Let me know in the comment section down below what you want to react to next. Thank you so much for watching. Again, my name is Nova, and I'll see you guys next episode. Peace.